GMK keycaps have long been regarded as the gold standard for double-shot ABS keycaps. Crisp legends, vibrant colors, and true cherry profile is what a GMK stands for. With in-stock prices for GMK extras getting cheaper, they will be competing with other keycap brands. Today I will be checking out a Domikey keycap set, the SNAAKE CHASER base kit, sent by KP Republic for my honest review. With the base kit starting from $102 US, how does it stack up against GMK? Let's get into it. Just a quick rundown, the SNAAKE CHASER has 3 base kits to choose from: English, Japanese and Russian, and also child kits like Alphas, Numpad, Spacebar or UK ISO kits to purchase. As mentioned, price starts at $102 for the base kit. Check out the listing for more info in the link below. As with Domikey, the packaging is a simple branded white sleeve containing trays of keycaps. These are pretty compact compared to GMK's pizza box. However, the trays have a tendency to explode when opening, so take your time with it. Despite being ABS, the surface has a slight roughness to it, which could shake off the slimy feel we get from cheap ABS sets. Going to the bottom, we can see that the thickness is roughly 1.5mm thick, including the novelties. 1.5 seems to be the common thickness that we come to expect from keycaps nowadays, so it's great to see it here on the SNAAKE CHASER set. The spacebar on my review set has been very straight. I've owned 3 other Domikey sets and they are mostly straight too. No banana spacebars here. Domikey spacebars have a slight curve on the bottom ledge to create a more comfy spacebar experience for those resting their palms on the desk to type. That could result in wrist pronation, but that's another story. As with most Domikey keycaps, the double-shot legends look very Comic Sans-esque, rounded and thick. At a glance, these legends look pretty even, especially for the alphas. While it has consistent thickness throughout, from the middle portion down to the edges, the chevrons do look slightly different, but that's just nitpicking. The mod legends are consistent too, although the delete and insert key looks slightly off, with the D looking ever so slightly thinner than the other letters, and the space between R and T is slightly off versus other letters as well. Now for the novelties. You might be thinking how this can be done in double shot. Maybe they are triple shot? Nope. These are screen printed images, the same process used for printing on fabric. So far, the images look crisp from a normal viewing distance. However, they do feel raised to the touch, and the white isn't 100% white as well. It looks translucent with some yellow seeping through it. For $102 you get the English base kit with the TKL base, spacebars, extra mods, and some ISO support as well as novelties within. While this may look like an extensive piece of kitting, but if you dive into it, it's actually not that great. While omitting the number pad is debatably okay, F13 and proper ISO support omitted is pretty weird. In 2023, there is a sizable number of keyboards, especially TKLs, with F13 layouts. It's very weird to leave that out nowadays. The half-hearted ISO support is not doing much too, with missing R2 pipe key unless you get the Japanese or Russian base kit. I do wish that Domikey would replace the novelties with num plus UK plus color kit for the base kit instead, as with this kit at least ISO enjoyers can have a much better keycap compatibility and everyone else gets to enjoy the accented keycap colors without being forced to use novelties. After all, base kit is called base kit for a reason. I hope Domikey reconsider this suggestion for their future releases moving onwards. So the $1,000,000 question, how does Domikey stack up against GMK? Let's tackle the elephant in the room. Domikey spacebar are straight up straighter than the GMK spacebar I have owned so far. For legends, GMK shows a much more noticeable consistency in legend thickness and spacing. However, again, that's just nitpicking as the Domikey Legends are no slouch either. But seeing the prices between Domikey and GMK sets are very similar nowadays, this is something to consider. Thickness wise, GMKs are around 1.4 to 1.45 mm thick, which is slightly thinner than the Domikey's 1.5mm. However, thinner does not mean it's objectively worse, as it just provides for a slightly different sound signature. I personally find both GMK and Domikey to have their own distinct sound signature. Some boards pair better with GMK and vice versa. It is not fair to say that one is better than the other in sound without taking preferences into consideration. Here is how GMK and Domikey keycap sets will sound on a Monokei Kage with Cherry IMAX Hyperglide Browns on polycarbonate plate. Take a listen. So far, GMK's has been crispy, higher pitched, and with a tighter sounding profile. The spacebar is high pitched as well, and the mods are relatively snappy in sound. The DMK sounded slightly lower pitched and bassier in person, which is noticeably less popular than GMK, although not as low pitched as PBT's. The spacebar is slightly lower pitched too, without much sharpness compared to GMK. Which do I prefer? Honestly, I lean towards a higher pitched sound signature, so I will prefer the GMK for this Kage. However, the Domikey is not that bad either, as I can see this keycap shine on a board that is gasket mounted or just lack fullness. One such example is my 7V with Domikey calculators. For $102 US, the Domikey Snake Chaser offers a decent value in terms of keycap legending, consistent thickness throughout the set except for a few keycaps, and a unique comfy spacebar that is very straight for those resting on their palm to type. However, I do wish that the base kit swapped the novelties for the num plus UK plus color kit for a much more inclusive base kit that covers most bases, see what I did there, and including an F13 key as well. Overall, these Domikey Snake Chasers are a decent contender to the GMK sets. However, I think the Domikey set as mentioned is just let down by its price point as well as the base kit itself. And that is all I have for y'all. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.